Hey guys, the MusicBoard here to review. Directed by Wes Barr. For those of you who don't know, I'm a fan of the prequel trilogy. All three films are fantastic. When Disney announced that they were gonna make another Planet of the Apes movie, I was like, why? The original trilogy is good as it is. A trilogy. And if you do another one, not only will you not capture the same magic that those original films had, or the previous films, but also it's Disney. I don't trust them. But my worries were put to rest once I heard that the movie will take place several years, many years, after the events of Raw, and that will have most of the same team back on board. Will this movie be another home run for the franchise? And will everyone love it? Or will this be a rotten banana? Let's find out. The story takes place many years after Caesar's death. A young ape goes on a journey that leads him to question everything he's been taught about the past, and must make choices that will define a future for both apes and humans. I found the story to be very interesting, and I'm happy to report that it captures the same emotional weight that the previous installments had, and it proves why this franchise is so beloved by most people. There were times in the film where I felt sad for the characters whenever something happened to them. The music helps bring the emotion even deeper, and the cinematography is great, along with the visuals in the film. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes pays respect to the past films while being its own thing at the same time, and it was done in a beautiful way. To quote my friend, it stands its own ground, and it doesn't try to be better. It tries to pay respect to those three films. For this part of the review, I will be talking about the pros of the film. But before I do that, I want to let you guys know that this is a spoiler-free review. If you haven't seen the movie yet, you're safe. With that said, let's continue. The pros. The cinematography and the visuals are amazing. I can't stress that enough. The CGI on the apes are as impressive as they did in the reboot prequel trilogy. Seriously, the technology we have now to make the apes look more realistic and feel more natural is amazing. The music is amazing as well, as the animation on the apes. The first 10 to 20 minutes do a great job with establishing the characters so that when something bad happens later on, you actually feel for them and want them to succeed. The characters are pretty likable, including Noah. He's no Caesar, but he's still likable nonetheless. As this new trilogy goes along, Noah will eventually become the strong ape leader Caesar was, and there were some glimpses in this film that suggest that. The villain of the film, Maximus Caesar. I was about to say Maximus Ape, what the heck? He's so good at being evil. I actually hated him and his whole me Caesar, stronger, together strong. I was like, the entire time I was like, you're not Caesar, get off the stage, I want you to freaking die. Seriously, without giving away too much. The actors who do the mocap for the apes were really good, and their performances felt real too. You can tell by just the expression on their faces, and the way they move is just so great. The main actor who plays Noah in the film, like I said earlier, he's no Caesar and he's no Andy Serkis, but he's just as good as Andy Serkis. We'll see when the other films come out if he's better, but for now he's pretty good. The human character May, also known as Nova by the Apes, which I gotta mention real quick. So in the last film, Wolf of Planet of the Apes, there's this female human child that the apes call Nova. So if you're wondering why the apes call her Nova in this film, that's the reason why. Because I guess, I don't know. I guess when they see a human giant or human anything, they just call them Nova. And the humans don't speak in this film. Well, yeah, they don't really speak, except for May. With speaking of May, she's also pretty good. Until the end, which I won't spoil. All I'll say is that I hated her by the film's end. And no, that's not an exaggeration. I freaking hated her. For those who've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And for those who haven't yet, well, I'm not gonna spoil the reason why I said that. There was this ape called Raka, which I liked. He brought some humor into the film, and his expression during one scene was hilarious. It might be in the trailer, it might not, but I'm not gonna say what it is. The action scenes felt intense, and you feel it whenever they appear. You're like, oh my god, what? Like, what? Noah, kick this monkey's butt. And then, as I mentioned with May, oh my gosh, why did you do that? That type of thing, you know? The cons? As far as cons go, I couldn't think of any. I will say that the story felt like a downgrade from before. Some of it feels like they're copying elements from Raw. And if you're like me and a fan of these films, it's very noticeable. Like I said earlier, with the human character being named Noah. Well, not Noah, Nova. Get it? Because there's a female. Anyway, I already discussed that. But those are the only criticisms that I have with the film. Other than that, everything else works. Conclusion. Overall, I think Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes did a good job with its story, characters, and world building, including the action sequences. I do think that the Matt Reeves movies are slightly better, with this being movie number 4. The best thing I could say is, what a wonderful film! And with that, my rating gets an 8 out of 10. I highly recommend you guys check it out if you haven't saw already. See it in IMAX, see it in Adobe, see it in AMC Prime, see it whenever it's available, wherever it's available. Because this movie is, like I said earlier, it proves why the franchise is still going. And even though it's owned by Disney, we're in the right hands. Some might like it, some may not, some might hate this film, and that's okay. I, for one, love this movie. I really do. This movie did not disappoint me at all. I was worried at first, with the whole Disney thing, but after watching it, it's in good hands. Of course, I'm not the end-all be-all opinion when it comes to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I want to hear from you. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you think it's probably the best? Or do you think it was disappointing? Let me know in the comments below. Also, a bit of a house cleaning before I end the video. Make sure to like the video if you guys really enjoyed it. And remember, if you want to be part of the Blaze crew, or Blaze Nation, or Blaze, whatever it is I'm calling it, the Blaze family or whatever. And if you want to stay up to date with awesome content, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell so you can be notified for future videos. And with that being said, tune in tomorrow, guys. Well, actually, yeah, tune in tomorrow because tomorrow will be the final episode of Season 1 of Movies and Beyond. I know, that was a mouthful. It's going to be tons of fun. We're going to be going live, and there's going to be another fun stuff in store. So stay tuned for that. Also, stay tuned next week because I have my reviews for the Garfield movie coming up and Furiosa. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let me say it again. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. I will be reviewing those two films next week, along with my review for Over the Hedge and a video involving a green ogre. But until then, guys, I'm the MovieBlaze. I'm telling you to keep on blazing.